What happened?
They're tangled.
It always works out that way.
I know.
You just sort of dump them together and suddenly there's an entanglement of a different kind.
An entanglement.
Yeah, a different kind of entanglement.
An entanglement.
Yeah.
What was the...
An entanglement with August. An entanglement with August. An entanglement with August. An entanglement with August.
Hi everyone, I'm Felipe.
And I'm Lillian.
And we are the Postmodern family.
We are Americans living in the UK reacting to Great Britain.
We make 5 new videos a week, so hit that subscribe button now.
Today we're going to react to Mr. Bean's live performance at the London Olympic Games 2020.
Sorry guys, we did record this, but it was completely blocked by YouTube, so we are here reacting to Rowan Atkinson's speech on free speech.
Let's see.
1, 2, 3, go.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Sir Simon Rattle. Tonight, as a tribute to the British film industry, he is conducting the London Symphony Orchestra in a performance of Chariots of Fire.
I miss going to an orchestra performance. That old guy again. The microphone is on. Mr. Bean, surely known around the world.
I like that part at the end where they inserted him into that film, the scene.
Yeah, that was super. That's really nice. That's
Chariots
really
of Fire.
So they do say that this whole Olympics, the 2012 one, was like a celebration, the pinnacle of everything British. So you see the London Symphony, which is well regarded around the world.
Of course, yeah.
And then Mr. Bean together. That's really funny. And he's quite vocal proponent of free speech, actually.
Really?
Yeah, he is. So much respect to him for standing up for free speech against the silencing of people with unapproved opinions.
I haven't seen anything.
Yeah. Well, maybe you can pull up a little quick one. So just do Rowan Atkinson free speech. What happened?
They're tangled.
It always works out that way.
I know.
You just sort of dump them together and suddenly there's an entanglement of a different kind.
An entanglement.
Yeah, a different kind of entanglement.
An entanglement.
Yeah.
What was the...
An entanglement with August. An entanglement with August. An entanglement with August. An entanglement with August.
My starting point when it comes to the consideration of any issue relating to free speech is my passionate belief that the second most precious thing in life is the right to express yourself freely. The most precious thing in life, I think, is food in your mouth. And the third most precious is a roof over your head. But a fixture for me in the number 2 slot is free expression, just below the need to sustain life itself. That is because I have enjoyed free expression in this country all my professional life and fully expect to continue to do so. Personally, I suspect highly unlikely to be arrested for whatever laws exist to contain free expression because of the undoubtedly privileged position that is afforded to those of a high public profile. So my concerns are less for myself and more for those more vulnerable because of their lower profile. Like the man arrested in Oxford for calling a police horse gay. Or the teenager arrested for calling the Church of Scientology a cult. Or the cafe owner arrested for displaying passages from the Bible on a TV screen. When I heard of some of these more ludicrous offences and charges, I remembered that I had been here before in a fictional context. I once did a show called Not the 9 O'Clock News some years ago, and we did a sketch where Griff Rhys-Jones played Constable Savage, a manifestly racist police officer to whom I, as his station commander, is giving a dressing down for arresting a black man on a whole string of ridiculous, trumped up and ludicrous charges. The charges for which Constable Savage arrested Mr. Winston Kadogo of 55 Mercer Road were these: walking on the cracks in the pavement, walking in a loud shirt in a built-up area during the hours of darkness, and one of my favourites, walking around all over the place. He was also arrested for urinating in a public convenience and looking at me in a funny way. Who would have thought that we would end up with a law that would allow life to imitate art so exactly? I read somewhere a defender of the status quo claiming that the fact that the gay horse case was dropped after the arrested man refused to pay the fine, and that the Scientology case was also dropped at some point during the court process, was proof that the law was working well, ignoring the fact that the only reason these cases were dropped was because of the publicity that they had attracted. The police sensed that ridicule was just around the corner and withdrew their actions.
So that totally reminds me of, that was exactly the same reaction we had when we watched and reacted to that Constable Savage about the racist police officer.
Yeah.
Was that people, it seems like the police are just making up their own rules, and it's up to the police conscience to make a decision.
Subjectively interpret them.
Yeah. So especially right now with the coronavirus lockdown, there are people who are getting arrested for sitting on park benches and things like
Drinking
that.
a coffee, walking out with their friend on a hike.
Yeah,
with
because
coffee.
you're not allowed to exercise a certain distance from your home or something like that.
Yeah.
And like he said, oh, because the charges are dropped, it's fine. Everything's fine. No.
Yeah. They were de-arrested as a new word. I've never heard of de-arrested.
It's a made-up word. How can you get de-arrested? No, you get arrested then maybe released.
Yeah.
Or charges dropped. But the fact that people are getting arrested over these subjective interpretations of law is ludicrous.
Yeah.
And
so Rowan Atkinson, top man for standing up for the vulnerable who are having their voices silenced. And he even mentioned someone putting Bible verses on the TV in front of a cafe. That's impressive that he would mention them. That's very politically incorrect.
Yeah, and I'm sure that Rowan Atkinson is not Christian. I think he's expressed that before. But he sees that as a problem with free speech. If you can't just say, "Oh, I'm okay with having free speech silence as long as I agree with that," it doesn't make sense.
So bravo to him, and that was a good 2020 Olympics clip. So thanks so much for watching this episode. We hope you enjoyed it. We certainly enjoy Mr. Bean. And hopefully you can share, comment, and hit that like button. Thanks.
Bye.
Bye.